My name is Lori Braunstein, and I am from Cherry Hill, New Jersey, and I've lived here my whole life. I was born here, I went to school here, I went away to college and grad school, and came back, met my husband, who also grew up in this town. We both live in the same neighborhood where we both grew up, so we have very deep roots here. I basically started to, as a mom, think about the world that we were leaving for our kids. I didn't really consider myself an environmentalist. I really just considered myself to be just an active community member and a parent. And the more I, researched it, the more I saw that, indeed there really was something to be worried about. But I looked around and I saw that the only other people that were concerned were like tree huggers, and nobody was really paying attention to them. The people in charge, nobody really seemed to think that this was a problem. So I sort of, patted it down and went about my life. And then as the kids got a little bit older, it just wouldn't go away. I started to actually not be able to sleep at night. Essentially, we're using up our natural resources faster than they can be replenished, if they can be replenished at all, and we're putting out too much waste in the world. Essentially, Mother Nature gives us everything we need for free. Nature does everything right, but we've really pushed beyond the boundaries of what nature can handle. We've basically ignored the rules of nature, which are hard rules. It's like gravity. And we're starting to pay the consequences. And at the time, I was very concerned about climate change. And through my education about sustainability, I've realized that climate change is just one indicator that there's a problem. But really, the problem is that we're living unsustainably. We're living beyond our means, and climate change is one sign of that. And so essentially I thought, gosh, these problems are so huge. What can I possibly do? I was very motivated by the fact that I didn't want my kids to look me in the eye one day and say, why didn't you do something? We trust you as adults to do what's right for us. And look what's right in front of you. Look what you allowed to happen. And I just couldn't live with that. I thought that government was the answer. I've since realized they're one slice of the pie. We have a whole community that we need to engage. But they said, sure. And so it was before the whole green trend. So I really give our local government tremendous kudos for just being very proactive and working with community members. And over the course of a year and a half, we developed a green action plan that was passed unanimously by town council. And it had things like solar panels and a municipal energy audit and greening of the fleets of cars and things like that. And one of the things that came out of it was a community group, and we named it Sustainable Cherry Hill, and we decided to become a nonprofit so that we didn't have to worry about politics and that we could, raise money. And essentially we're the community arm of our township's Green Action Plan. It just starts with one person, and it's so much more accepted now. And here's how we do it. I've met multiple times with people from different towns and things, just telling them how we got started and giving them support and advice. And also in our state, in the state of New Jersey, we now have a program called Sustainable Jersey, where it's a certification program for municipalities where they give you a whole toolkit on how to do it. It's all online, so it's a lot easier than when we first got started and we were trying to figure it all out ourselves. But I think it's really important for towns to work together, because sustainability doesn't end between the border of Cherry Hill and Voorhees, New Jersey. It's really all about, everybody working on it. It's about, working with the state, working with your country, working globally. As a result of this visioning conference that we had, we engaged a lot more people in the community. And so what I'm very gratified to see happening is the fact that it's instead of being like a top-down organization, it's become much more of a grassroots group. And so there's so many people now who feel empowered and who, like for example, we had a program tonight, and for the first time I wasn't involved. It was a fabulous program. We had tons of community members out there learning how to be energy efficient. And it was the result of this task force of really energized community members. And so that to me is what it's all about, is working, from the bottom and helping empower people to get together and collaborate on things and make changes. And then at the same time, it sort of frees me up to look a little bit beyond and say, okay, well, where else can we go? Is it sustainable South Jersey? How can I take this model and this energy and use it to help a larger section of the community? So it's really fun. I mean, the sky's the limit, really. For so many months, and years actually, it's been, on my shoulders, and it's a lot. It's a lot to sort of give birth to an organization like this. There was no footprint for this. The fact that it came out of a relationship with a local government, and there were a lot of challenges in bringing this group to the point where it is right now. And there were definitely times where I wasn't sure if I was doing the right thing and if I was doing it right. And so when it's something like this happens, and this program is so successful, and it's something that, someone else did and not me, but I could be the catalyst for, it's there. I don't think that anything really feels better than that. I certainly don't think that that anyone can say that I haven't tried. I mean, my kids know that whether it's too late or not, and I don't know whether it is, honestly. I don't know whether anything that we're doing will actually change the course dramatically. But I think my kids definitely know that I tried my best, so I can sleep at night. I think that the secret to the success of Sustainable Cherry Hill is the fact that we're always positive. Like from the beginning, it was all about building collaborative relationships between partners that ordinarily might not work together, and basically not telling people, where they should be and what they should be doing, but sort of accepting people where they are, but always setting a vision. I sort of, consider it like if you just really look forward and think about where you want to be, that, ultimately you're going to get there. I think it all gets back to, the power of one. When put together with lots of other people, it's just huge. And I feel like people right now, especially with everything that's going on in our country and in the world, it's very easy to get discouraged because there's a lot of negativity. And I feel like that we can't let that take over, that it's really important to be positive, it's important to be optimistic, and to just keep your eye on a vision, set a vision that's somewhere not where you are right now. And that, ultimately that tension between where you are and where you want to be, if you just keep working on it, you will definitely get there. I have no doubt about that. So you just have to stick with it.